Yo, all right. What's going down? It's your man of the half hour, Benny Boone, live and direct every week, coming to you, Hood Money. You know what I'm saying? Hood Money on fire right now. We had some crucial picks last week. Week 2 is gone. Week 3 is here. We're gonna get you ready for that. Week 2 was interesting. We had a couple of big games. Had a lot of blowouts, a lot of overs. Played to the over last week. Some of the primetime games, crucial matchups. Like I said, the Eagles showed them what the Super Bowl champs look like out there. Kansas City still in the basement. The Colts is out there surging. It was a lot of injuries, a lot of quarterback injuries. You got McCarthy, you got Burrow, you got Jaden Daniels, you got Brock Purdy, you got Justin Fields. It's a lot of quarterback injuries, 15% of the league right now. But we're gonna navigate it. We're gonna help you get through that this week. Fortunately, I'm gonna keep y'all up on that. We a little later on we're gonna get in touch with my man from the streets. You know what I'm saying? He been on fire too. 75% out there. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the percentages up for y'all. We're keeping the wins up for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Last week it was another W. Last week was pretty spectacular week. 11 out of 13 picks were cashed in on the parlay board. Only 2 teams we missed were the Steelers and the Broncos. The Colts got that last second win on the penalty, which messed our really messed our winners up, because as you can see, I had the Broncos on 2 parlays, and so you know what I'm saying, we only got the 1 win instead of the 2 wins. The props were 2 out of 4, and the over unders. I'm still working on it. My man from the streets, you know what I'm saying. My man from the streets was 2 for 4. I was 1 for 4. We gotta work on that for this week, and we're gonna get it to you. It was pretty decent week. Pretty decent week out there, as you can see. The shiny W is back. You know what I'm saying. We're looking for more of them. We can't bring the recap every time. Sometimes we're on location. We can't really give you the full scale recap, but here it is, live and direct for you. Week three coming up. You know what I'm saying. Get ready for that. It's gonna be some big matchups. It's look to be a lot of close games, and I think this week gonna play to the favorite. It's gonna play to the favorite this week, and so here you go. Hood Money, the big boy. You know what I'm saying. It's all there. You know what I'm saying. It's all there. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and look and give it a long look for a minute. We're gonna give it a long look before we get into it. We'll get it to you from both sides. You know what I'm saying? Get your props in over under this week. Of course, my man he gonna fill in the over unders for us a little later. But for right now, we're gonna get into these week 1 matchups. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to the week 1 matchups. We're gonna get into the Thursday matchup, first prime time matchup of week 3. It's gonna be Bills, it's gonna be Dolphins. It's a divisional matchup. These games are usually pretty tough, back and forth. I don't think so. It's going to be as tough this year for the Bills. Tua's been struggling. Tyreek Hill's been going through some personal issues. The D has been giving up points. The offense has not been clicking so far. They are 0-2 right now. The Bills have been doing the exact opposite. Josh Allen's looked good. You know what I'm saying? Cook has looked good. Those young receivers, the defense, they look like they're going to come out of that AFC East as champions yet again, and quite possibly challenge for a Super Bowl. Josh Allen continues his push for MVP. And I think the book is right on it. The spread is 11.5, pretty big spread last week. I lean toward the plus money on the big spread. I don't think I'm going to do that this week because it is the Bills and because of the struggles that the Dolphins have been having. And it's for those reasons I'll be taking the Bills. I would take the Bills, but I won't. I don't bet on every game, and this is one of the games I won't be betting on. I'm just gonna wait for Sunday, and I'm just gonna let it roll from Sunday. All right, the next matchup is the Packers and the Browns. Packers, Browns. You know what I'm saying? Browns. Still got Joe Flacco at the helm. Still trying to get things worked out. Still trying to get their first win of the season. Packers are another undefeated team right now. 2-0. Looks like definitely an NFC Championship contender, if not a Super Bowl contender. Took care of the Commanders on prime time last week. Looked pretty good doing it. Lost Jaden Reed, even though like I said, they have a stable of good receivers out there, so they should be fine. Josh Jacobs continued to look good. The Commanders, like I said, have got an injury at quarterback. They'll be going with Marcus Mariota, but we'll get into that later. Hopefully, Joe Flacco will hold up against this intense defensive pressure that the Packers are bringing. I take the Packers both on the spread and on the money line for this game on the road. I lean more to the spread since it is the money line since it is on the road. I also, like I said, I'll probably buy the half a point and just take it at 7 just in case. But I do see a double-digit win for the Packers in that matchup. All right, the next matchup features the Colts and the Titans. The Colts, 2-0, got a victory in last week that they probably wasn't supposed to get. Missed the 60-yarder as time expired, but the defender jumped on the back of the Colts guy, and Denver allowed him to get a penalty, late penalty. Y'all seen it, late penalty, 15 yards. They made the kick, they win the game. So now they're undefeated, looking to stay undefeated against the Titans, who are 0-2, but have played 2 tough games. Cam Ward looks like he's definitely improving out there, but the team as a whole still is lacking certain pieces to actually get it done for four quarters. The Colts have looked good with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was like a vintage Ryan Tannehill with another team out there. I mean, he's throwing good, he's running, he's making the right plays. Jonathan Taylor is in the backfield, and you know he's a beast. So they finally have a quarterback running back duo to pair with that good defense. Great home crowd out there. This week they'll be on the road though, but I see them becoming 3-0. I see them getting 3-0, beating the Titans. Titans still in search of that first win. They will win, but I just don't see it this week. So we're going to take the Colts in that matchup. I would take the Colts on the money line in this matchup since they're on the road. All right, the next matchup will be the Bengals and the Vikings, a matchup of 2 teams that lost their quarterback. Vikings lost their quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. He'll be out for a few weeks. Joe Burrow was injured for the Bengals, and he will be out for a few months. So that puts a damper on the Bengals' 2-0 record. Right now, the Vikings are currently at 1-1, trying to get back to the playoffs again in consecutive years. The Bengals are on the road. This is a game that I will not be betting on. In fact, I will not be betting on 3 out of the first couple of matchups. This is the second one, the Bills matchup. I will not be betting on. But for the gamblers that want to take this game, I would actually take the Bengals. I would take the Bengals to get it done. I look at their quarterback as Browning's has been looking good ever since he's been given his opportunities. And Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is going to be out there for the Vikings. Don't know what you're going to get from him at this point in his career. And the Bengals still have that defense and still have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to throw to. So I would take the Bengals to win that game. The next matchup is another matchup that I was staying away from simply because it is going to be an interesting matchup. This could be for playoff positioning later in the year. It's the Patriots at home playing the Steelers. The Steelers have been up and down. Tale of 2 games. First game looked spectacular. Second game, not so much. Even though they did put up a lot of points, the defense has struggled mightily in a way that nobody saw coming. It was a back and forth game again, once again, except for they want to lose. And then as Seattle took control in the fourth quarter and put a couple scores up to distance themselves and get that win. This week, it's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting. The Patriots are one of those teams. That young quarterback, Drake May, who's improving, and he's got some weapons out there, and they'll be at home. It's an interesting matchup. It's a tricky matchup. That's why I'm not taking it. but for the gambling purposes, I would take the Patriots. I'd take the Patriots on that spread to cover that little spread and to get that W. All right, our next matchup is the Rams and Eagles matchup of a divisional matchup last year that could have put the Rams into the divisional playoff championship instead of the Eagles. Played in the snow, tight game. The Rams had a chance at the end to win, just couldn't get it done, and so the Eagles ended up, as you know, winning the championship and the Super Bowl. It will be a rematch of that game a year later at the same spot at the link, and we're going to see what's going down and see if the Eagles can do it. The Eagles are 2-0. The Rams are both 2-0. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's going to take that first loss. It's always tough to get those wins on the road. The Rams look pretty good last week, and Matthew Stafford has held up pretty well. The Nakua and Adams duo, they have been working out pretty well as well as Kyron Williams, and the Eagles' defense seems to be coming together after losing several pieces in the offseason. So it's for that reason I'll take the Eagles, and also because they're at home, and also because the record at home has been outstanding the past couple of seasons. It's going to be a chance for Jalen Hurts once again to show him, that he is an NFL quarterback. All right. Our next matchup is the Jets and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers look real good on Monday night, handling business on the plus money against Houston. They were passing it good. They were running it good. Everything looked good out there. The young rookie receiver caught another touchdown. Continues to shine out there. Bucky Irvin was running hard. The Jets, like I said, the Jets lost their quarterback last week and the game. And so at 0-2, they're going to be struggling. They're going to be turning the ball to Tyrod Taylor, who is played in the NFC North for most of his career as a backup. Here and there, he's played for actually several teams, but most recently. And of course, he's also with the Bills. And of course, they're going to be on the road. They're going to be on the road. They have a defense. Their defense is pretty decent. It's just not coming together for the Jets right now, both on offense and defense, and losing their starting quarterback. As far as the Buccaneers are concerned, Mayfield led an impressive fourth quarter drive. That's what he's been doing lately with the Buccaneers. He's been leading a lot of them. That seems like that's what he does. That seems like it's a lot of Mayfield magic these days. You know what I'm talking about? So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers. I take the Buccaneers on the spread, and I take the Buccaneers on the money line, because I think game is gonna get out of hand once those first couple of drives are over and done with. All right, our next matchup is the Commanders and the Raiders matchup. And so for this matchup, East Coast versus West Coast, we'll be playing it at East Coast in Landover this Sunday. Like I said, Jaden Daniels got hurt. Marcus Mariota will be filling in since the Raiders have played the Redskins in the '83 NFL championship game. The Raiders have only won one time against the Commanders, even though they play only once every 4 years. That is an impressive streak for the Commanders. Yeah, one time, and so that's it's been a long time. It's been a long time, 40 years, one time. I'm going to lean with the Commanders. I'm going to lean with the Commanders in this one. I'm going to take them to keep winning. It was a lot of mistakes in that Chargers. In the Chargers game that the Raiders played. They played good D for most of the game. They played good D, but Herbert ended up being too much in that passing game, even though they did do a lot of running. But in the end, the Raiders just made a lot of mistakes and a lot of unforced errors that caused them to eventually lose that game. I think they have to get that cleaned up. That's a running theme for the Raiders. It seems they definitely need to clean the self-inflicted wounds up before they start putting together W's. And I will take the Commanders on the spread and on the money line there too. Our next matchup is another one I'd take on the spread, the money line. would be the Falcons versus the Panthers. Like no surprises here. Michael Penix has been looking good. That running game has been looking good. The Falcons are 1-1. The Panthers are 0-2. They're looking up at Tampa Bay, trying to stay in that race. They're going to be on the road playing the Panthers team with an inept quarterback, a regressing receiver, and a running game indeed that is average at best. I don't see an up. I don't see. Well, this would be an upset if the Panthers win, and I don't see that happening. I see the Falcons going in there and going above 500 and getting that W. All right, all right. Our next matchup is the AFC South matchup. I looked at this matchup very differently when the season started, but it definitely took Houston when the season started. After watching Houston play 2 games, I would definitely lean towards the Jaguars, and also watching the Jaguars play 2 games, I would lean towards the Jaguars. Jaguars have looked good in both their games. Texans are still looking for their first win. It's 2.5 spread, field goal spread. The bookie seems to be right on the number. I mean, these AFC South matchups can be tight. They can be close. The Texans still do have most of their pieces on defense. It's just that Stroud has just not been stepping up when it matters most, making the right reads, throwing a lot of passes out of bounds. On the other side, the Jaguars, they were the cream of the crop in the AFC South about 2 years ago. Him and Etienne, they were leading the charge with the defense. Looks like they're back. Both of them are back. Etienne has regained his starting position. Bixby has gone to another team. Jaguars, Lawrence is throwing strikes for right now. Not too high on either team, but the Jaguars are at home, and it's for that reason I have them keeping Texans from winning their first game of the NFL season. All right, our next matchup is the AFC West matchup. This is going to be a big matchup. This matchup will go a long way to determining who is number one in the AFC West. We know that it has been the Chargers for the past several. It has been the Chiefs for the past several years, and now the Chargers and Broncos look to dethrone them this year. Broncos will be on the road playing a hot Chargers team that has not lost yet. Broncos played 2 very close games and are 1-1. Herbert has also looked like an MVP candidate, throwing the ball and running in crucial situations. Bo Nix is seemed like he's reverted back to his college days of turning the ball over and putting up numbers at the same time, which is a formula that works sometimes in college, but not really in the NFL. Just ask Jameis Winston. You will get your spot taken if you can't hold on to that ball as a quarterback. The receivers are pretty decent. I mean, the defense was supposed to be great. So far, I mean, it's been okay. It was okay the first game, and not great the second game. So, I mean, they have the players, they have the tools to get it done. I don't see them getting it done this week. I think the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh's coached that team up real good. They have a good mix of both running and passing, and it's for that reason I'm going to take the Chargers on the spread at home. I probably just take them on the spread because it's 3 points. It's 2.5 points. I just take them on the spread. All right, our next matchup would be Saints Seahawks. Saints, another bottom feeding team looking for a win. Seahawks got their first win last week. Sam Darnold's new team. Spreading the ball around out there. Ended up picking up that W. Looking to make it 2 in 2 weeks. The Saints, the Saints are just like I said, the South, the NFC South this year is going to be those bottom feeders there. You're going to want to pick those teams off. You're going to want to bet, like I said, Panthers, Saints every week, whoever they're playing. Your percentage of winning will increase taking those 2 teams, whoever's playing those 2 teams every week. I'm looking for the Seahawks. I'm looking for the Seahawks to keep doing what they're doing. They have a lot of young talent. Smith and Jigba is looking good out there. The running game looks back with Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker back there, the 2-headed monster. They're going to be at home. It's a tough place to play in Seattle. It's for that reason I will take the Seahawks. I'll take them both on the spread and the money line just to be safe. And that will lead me to the next matchup, which will be Cowboys-Bears. Cowboys-Bears. All right. Cowboys got that win they needed last week. Bears got embarrassed by Detroit last week. They're both going to be going against each other, playing in Chicago. The Cowboys look right now. They look average at best. They definitely didn't benefit from trading Michael Parsons away, but did pick up a crucial win last week. Even though the Giants played them tough for most of the game before they pulled away, and like I said, the Bears were never close to the Lions. Lions picked up their first win of the year. Bears still looking for theirs, and they couldn't do anything against the Vikings. The Vikings didn't look that good last week. I think the Cowboys will continue doing what they're doing. Cowboys have been running the ball real good with Javonte Williams back there, the new addition. I was saying, you never know, he might be a star, and he's looked like it. He's got a couple, he's got a few rushing touchdowns now. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns. Dak Prescott, C.D. Lamb, and the rest of those guys. Like I said, got Pickens out there. They got some talent. They got some talent out there to win some games, and I just don't think that they will lose this game, even though they are on the road. I look for Caleb Williams to continue struggling, Ben Johnson try to continue to figure it out, and for the Cowboys to take that game. All right, our next matchup is the NFC West matchup. The Niners and the Cardinals, 2-0 versus 2-0 out there. Niners picked up a couple of crucial close wins these last 2 weeks. The Cardinals playing competition that wasn't necessarily the best, picked them off like they were supposed to. This is going to be the Cardinals' first real test of the year, as well as the Niners. And the last team that is going to be without their quarterback, Brock Purdy, was iffy to play, and now they're saying he will not play. So once again, turn the ball over to Mac Jones, coming from out of Alabama via New England, and right to San Francisco making play. He looked real good last week. He was spreading the ball around, threw for a few touchdown passes out there. The Cardinals also look good. Like I said, they're an early season team, but just because you're an early season team doesn't mean you're going to win them all. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a tight matchup. It always is a tight matchup. I look for the Niners. I look for the Niners, despite the injuries and some of the concerns. They still have a healthy McCaffrey, and they still have most of the pieces on defense that they need, Bosa and them. And so I am going to take the Niners at home to get this victory with the spread on the short spread. All right, our next matchup features a matchup of 0-2 teams. Surprisingly, you'll figure it'd be 2-0 versus 0-2, but it's actually yes. That is the Chiefs. That is the Chiefs right there. You're not saying things, and they will be on the road. They will be playing the Giants, trying to pick up their first win of the year. Surprisingly, amazing run, 9 straight division titles, Super Bowl appearances for the last few years. Most of it's been 4 out of 5 years been about the Chiefs, except for that year was the Bengals. They've won a few, they lost a few, and right now they're just trying to get back there. They, like I said, the offense has to come together after losing both their receivers. It'll probably pick up more for them after week 7 once they get Rashee Rice back, and also they should have their other starting receiver back about that time. And so their offense should pick up. The running game hasn't looked good. Pacheco, Hunt, they haven't really been producing. They're going to need to pick it up. I do see this as a get better game for the Chiefs as the Giants. Russell Wilson, even though Russell Wilson is thrown for a lot of yards, they have not scored a lot of points. And also, well, actually, they scored versus Dallas a considerable amount, not in the first game. They didn't see the end zone in the first game, but the second game they did score. I mean, a few points, but the running game looked bad. Scatterboo looks to have replaced Tracy as the running back. Either way, the running game is below average. The quarterback, like I said, Russell Wilson has seen his better days. I don't think this game is going to be close. I think the Chiefs are going to make a statement that they're not going anywhere and handle the Giants by double digits. So I take that on the spread or on the money line just to be safe, because we got to be safe out there, make the smart bets. So yeah, either the spread or the money line, but that's a good bet to take the Chiefs. As the Sunday night matchup, all right, our lone Monday night game this week features the Lions going on the road to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Ravens have looked good. The Lions have looked decent in this second week after that hiccup in the first week. Derrick Henry, he didn't do well. He did a lot, but he didn't score for us last week. We're gonna be riding him on the prop bet a lot. So we're gonna go back at him one more time and see if he produced. But I mean, they produced the win. They blew out Cleveland. They're undefeated. They're playing the Lions. The Lions are 1-1. Jared Goff looked a lot better in week 2, finding his receivers. And of course, against the Packers, it was a tougher go, but not so much against the Bears to pick up that win. It's going to be an interesting game. I look for a lot of points to be scored. I like that point total right there. I look for a lot of points to be scored, and I am going to take the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens to get it done. Lamar Jackson, not as good as last year. Still wild with the football. Still has to control the ball. Really should be in his pad on the side. Every time I see him on the sideline, he laughing and playing, and he needs to be in his pad because he hasn't won anything. So I don't, you don't see that from winning quarterbacks sitting laughing all the time. But that's a coaching issue. That's a coaching issue, and I think the team is going to look good this week, though. I think the team is going to look good, and I am taking the Ravens on the spread or on the money line. All right, here we go. Parlay time. Get your parlays in there. Parlay action. In the first parlay we got for week 3 will feature the Colts on the money line, the Niners with the spread, the Chargers with the spread, and the Chiefs on the money line. All right, parlay number 2, we have the Falcons on the money line, the Cowboys on the money line, the Commanders on the money line, and the Ravens on the money line. I messed this up last week, but it was written right. It was the money line, but I said on the spread, but it's money line. But week 3, parlay 3, Buccaneers spread definitely. Jaguars spread, Packers spread, and the Seahawks on the money line. And we got 5 teams for our parlay 4 this week. We're gonna go back with the Eagles on the money line, the Chiefs on the money line, the Ravens with the spread, the Seahawks, the Packers on the money line, and the Commanders on the money line. All right. So anytime touchdown, like I said, a couple of these guys I'm gonna be going with a lot this year. Very seldom weeks. I'm not gonna be taking these guys, but I'm gonna put these 2 together this week. I'm gonna take Saquon Barkley. I'm gonna take Derrick Henry. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Jahmyr Gibbs, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take James Cook. All right, on that other side, we went running back heavy, but we do have the one receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown. We have Jonathan Taylor. We have Javonte Williams, and we have Josh Jacobs to get those touchdowns for us this week. All right, my over unders, which could be scheduled to change after I make this call, is going to be the over Cincinnati Minnesota game, the over in the Pittsburgh New England game, the under in the Pittsburgh New England game, the under in the Washington Vegas game, and the over in the Philadelphia Rams game. And so I'm gonna see what my man from the streets is out here working on today. He out here, doing his thing, getting that money. He could, give us a couple minutes of his time to and go ahead and get these over unders for us. We going Yo, what's happening? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? We was talking about how hot you were, hood money. You know what I'm saying? Over under 75%. Yeah, over under is pretty looking pretty hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Definitely hotter than mine. Definitely hotter than mine. Oh, I want to take them. I definitely want to take them. I want to have them. I want to have them for the people so they can definitely know what we're gonna do out here this week. Hold on, let me just get. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna write you down. I'm gonna count you down, Dow. Hold on. Here we go. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me know. Let me, uh-huh. Okay, cool. That's a good match. That's a good one. That's a good one. I got Vegas rated on the joint too. I got Vegas rated on the board too. So I'm gonna have to switch that out. We gonna put you under with the Washington and Vegas. I seen that too. You know what I'm saying? So I like that pick.
Oh man! I also have the under in the Pittsburgh Vegas, the Pittsburgh New England game, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is something right here. See, I'm gonna have to switch that out, but I'm gonna put you in there. I'm gonna put you in there, dog. You in there? Oh man, hey, you like the under in the Vikings Cincinnati? Oh man, oh man, that's exactly why I took the over. I did take that game, but I took the over, big dog. I took the over on that joint. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think it's the two quarterbacks gonna put something together. The two backups they gonna put something together. But I'm gonna switch that out too. Oh man, number four. Oh no, hopefully you ain't take my last one. Where we going? Where we going? Oh, okay, that's the one we didn't have. That's the one we didn't have right there. All right, the Jets and the Buccaneers. There we go. No, no, he's not playing. Got to put it back. All right, we're gonna take that off. What else you got for it? What else you got for it? Under. Oh, okay, ATL and the Panthers. Okay, cool, cool. All right, heck yeah, heck yeah. Okay, so we got the under and the Commanders Vegas. We got all unders. Under in the Pittsburgh, New England. We got under in Cincinnati, Minnesota, and we got under in Atlanta, Carolina. Them the one. Them the one. You know what I'm saying? Them the ones right there. Them definitely the one. All right, so I'm switch this out real quick. You know what I'm saying? We gonna count it up. You're 2-0 right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm try to come on a little strong in that second half. We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see how it goes. But appreciate your time, dog. Appreciate your time. We'll get at you a little later. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, so there you have it. There you have it. This week was very controversial. Very controversial. So, seeing as how the setup is, as you can see, we picked all three teams, except for he went under over. So I'm gonna keep my over on that Cincinnati, and then I'm gonna keep my over on the Rams. But then I'm going since he went under, I'm gonna go over heavy. I'm gonna take the over on the 52 right there. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the under on the Cowboys and the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Take the under on the Cowboys and the Bears and the Lions and the Ravens. We're gonna switch that out for the recap board. You know what I'm saying? All right, so there you have it. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. Hood money. Week 3. You get your picks in. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty of time. Make that call. Hit that kiosk. You know what I'm saying? Slide that card. Whatever you gotta do. Whatever you got to do to get them W's. You know what I'm saying? And we always here. We always here. Your comments, you can like us, like I said, you always, subscribe. We definitely appreciate the subscriptions, you know what I'm saying? Every week we're gonna be bringing it to you just like this, you know what I'm saying? We try and get your pockets a little swole, make you put another notch in your belt because your pockets too heavy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Benny Boom, you know what I'm saying? And as always, let's get this money.